In my younger and more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice that I've been turning over in my head ever since. Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone, he told me, just remember that all the people in this world haven't had the advantages you've had. I spent 5 years serving in the U.S. military during the Iran-Iraq War. After my service was relieved, I went back to the United States to learn business and bonds so that I may have a healthy, happy life after the war. There are two righteous islands which extend due east of New York, two unusual formations of land 20 miles from the city. They are a pair of enormous eggs identical in contour and separated only by a courtesy bay. They are not perfect ovals, but they are both crushed at the contact end. We have been good friends throughout high school and became close to family in college, graduating with honors from our senior year. But after that, we went our separate ways. After I served into the military, I don't know what happened to Tommy.
Now, don't think my opinion on this matter is final just because I'm stronger and more of a man than you are. So, welcome to my crib.
Thank you for having me.
Would you like to stay for dinner?
I'd love to. Reminisce on the old times in college.
Definitely. Hey, let's go to the living room so you can see Daisy and meet your friend.
I'd love to.
Did you see this thing on Twitter?
Gatsby's such a funny man.
I know.
Oh, hi, Tom. Who's this fella?
That's my cousin Nick.
Hey!
Bye. 2 times.
It's like old times. How you been?
I've been good. How are you?
It's good.
Let me introduce you to my friend Jordan Baker.
Nick, nice to meet
Oh,
you.
Jordan. Nice to
You
meet
just
you.
came in time for dinner. Dinner's ready.
Oh, dinner.
After I returned from the war, I went back to Chicago to see family. And guess what they said?
Did they miss me?
Of course they did. Everybody kept saying they sent my love from me to you.
We should go back there one day. Tom, you ought to see the baby.
I'd love to.
She's 2 years old now. She's asleep. Have you ever seen her?
No, not that I remember. I didn't even know you had a child.
Well, you ought to see her.
So, Nick, what do you do now?
I'm a bond man.
You're a bond man for what company?
Carraway Incorporated.
Carraway Incorporated. Never heard of them.
Well, the powers that be let you stay here, you will in a couple of years.
Oh, I won't leave this place. I'd be crazy if I do. I'm all stiff. I've been lying on that couch all day.
Same. But I've been trying to get you to New York all afternoon, so don't even.
Ugh, whatever. So, Nick, you live on the West Egg?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you must know Gatsby.
Gatsby, I never heard of him until now.
Really?
We should make some plans to hang out sometime.
I'd love to.
Look at my finger. It's bruised. Look at my finger, Tom. I know you didn't mean to do it, but you did it anyways. That's what I get for marrying a hulking cousin.
Ugh, I hate that word, hulking.
Hulking. Do you want to hear a family secret?
Sure.
It's about the butler's nose.
His nose?
His nose. He used to be a scientist before he started working for us, and he was conducting an experiment, and chemicals reacted with one another, and it kind of messed with his nose, and he can't really smell as good as he's used to.
Jeez. So did he quit or was he fired?
He was fired
How did he get fired for something you didn't even mess up?
because the lab got bad. It was like destroyed.
Destroyed. Poor soul.
Excuse me.
Gatsby is my neighbor.
Shh.
What's going on?
You mean you don't know?
That's why I asked.
How could you not know? I thought everybody knew.
Knew what?
I've heard that Tom has a side chick in New York.
New York?
Yeah. Don't you think she'd have the decency to call after dinner time?
I think when Tom had the decency to not see another woman behind my cousin's back. What's wrong? Is it your child?
You know, Nick, we don't know each other that well. You didn't even show up at my wedding.
Well, I was fighting a war.
That's true. It's been a pretty bad time. I've been cynical about everything.
Why? You have a big, beautiful house, a loving husband, and a beautiful child. I mean, I suppose it talks, walks, and eats now, right?
She does, but do you want to know the first thing I said when she was born?
What was it?
Well, I remember it was about an hour after she was born, and I felt like I was abandoned because Tom wasn't there. I didn't even know where he was. And I asked the nurse that if it was a boy or a girl, and she told me it was a girl, and all I remember was that I turned my head around and I started crying. I said I'm glad it's a girl, and I hope she'll be a fool because that's the best thing a girl can be in this world, is a beautiful little fool.
Well, don't say that. At least she's not a Kardashian.
You see, I think everything's terrible now. Everybody thinks so, the most advanced people. And I know that I've been everywhere and done everything and seen everything.
Well, just because you've done and seen everything doesn't mean you have everything else to look forward to.
Sophisticated. God, I'm sophisticated.
Sophistication doesn't come with wealth or where you've been and what you've seen. It comes from how you live and how you act with others. It's what you teach in other people. It doesn't come with money. Sophistication isn't written on a check. It's written in here.
Saturday Evening Post. Yada, yada, yada. To be continued in our very next issue. Oh, would you look at that? It's 10 o'clock. Time for this good girl to go to bed.
She has a tennis tournament tomorrow early in the morning.
Tennis tournament. So you're Jordan Baker.
Being Jordan Baker.
Good night. See you soon, Mr. Carraway.
Where's your meeting?
Will you wake me up at, let's say, around 8 o'clock in the morning?
If you'll get up.
Whatever.
In fact, I think I'll arrange a marriage for you too.
Yeah, Miss Baker's a nice gal.
I appreciate the kind offer, but I have to first.
Yeah, we heard that you have a lady back in the West.
Is that true?
No. Did you guys hear? Rich girls don't marry poor boys like me. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Buchanan, thank you for the lovely evening and the dinner.
You're
No
welcome.
problem, Nick.
Glad to see you again.
Me too.